So what was it like for you to see him elevating in his career? You know what I mean? Because then all of a sudden you see him with Rock Nation, Duce, all this stuff like that.
That's dope. It's a dope move. I'm proud. I'm happy for him. Like he's doing, something that's keeping him motivated, keeping him focused on the bag and becoming whoever he wanted to become. But the one thing I do have a problem with, and I can be frank with you, I've heard from some people and I've seen some interviews that I had to, like, yo, bro, that's not how that went. That's not the story. You weren't the owner of a studio by yourself. You were a co-owner with me. I was the head engineer and producer. I ran the ship. I taught everyone how to record. You can't teach somebody how to mix. That shit comes with your ear and your mind and your soul. That's just something you can't teach. So I don't like the narratives. Like when I hear sometimes like you the sole controller that did this and did that. Nah, we're not doing that. Anybody that was a part of Pirate or walked in that studio, they knew who I was and what I was about and my work ethic. And I just can't hear someone going out on a limb to make themselves this and make me that. That's not happening. I'm that dude. Always will be, always am. So that's the only problem I have with it. Like, tell the story, tell it correctly. There's some truths in there, so sometimes that's how people do it too. They throw the truths in there and then they embellish, and then you believe everything because it's a little bit of the truths in there. I didn't like that. I don't like that.
You have you heard him speak about you in an interview?
Yeah.
Or he just like completely leaves you out?
Nah, he speaks about it. Like he'll talk about how we met. He'll talk about like the DJ side of it. But then everything else is kind of like it was just him,
He did on his own.
Yeah. Nah, that ain't.
And you have a problem with that because it's like rewriting history. Like you didn't realize, you're not presenting it that I was a part of your story and made it possible for you to get to where you are, to get to that next level.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Like, don't forget where you came from and who was there every day. Blood, sweat, and tears. Like, I sacrificed a lot as well just to make sure everybody was good. And it's a lot more to that. Like, I was making sure not only that we were good moving up, but the money that was coming in, you was using it to do whatever you needed to do when you needed to do it. I'm over here doing what I got to do to work a 9 to 5 to keep my pockets paid and to keep that money in the business. So it's just a lot, man. Like, I'm like, yo, show and pay homage when it needs to be done. Give me my flowers now. Don't talk like it was just you, bro. It wasn't. It wasn't. And the world that knew us knows that. It's just the people that are the new people now that, you get in front of, you talking on camera to, that they don't know. They only know what you're telling them. That they're not really looking at it because they only know that you saying that you was the owner and you did this. But yeah, all right. How you got to that level if you're not an engineer? You're not a producer. You solicited somebody to do that? Nah, that was me, bro.
What do you want to end up happening with Dren? Like, how do you want to resolve things? Do you want him to see this interview and like hit you up and be like, you know what, you're right, bro. Like, I was wrong for that. That I should have given you more credit.
I mean, that would be a nice gesture. That would be a nice gesture, But I think we passed that point now. I think what's done is done. But yeah, that would be cool. That would be a little closure for the damage that's been done. Because yeah, it's damage when you telling a different narrative than what it really is. And again, that's back to the politics. That's how you get yourself to here. I guess in certain people's mind, that's how they get there. I don't feel like that's the way to do it, but that's the only way I can justify it. That's a way to pump yourself up to make yourself seem like you that guy, and you ain't need nobody. You was self-made.
Do you think that he feels a certain amount of pressure to do that because of the circles that he's running in with Rock Nation? Like, these surrounded people like Joe and Jay and.
Nah, I mean, I can't say, but I can tell you from my perspective, I wouldn't move like that. I don't think that that's the way that I want people to remember me or know me as. I want the truth is the truth. And when you start throwing in all these little lies, if that ever gets, exposed, then your credibility is diminished. And credibility is everything. A man is, his integrity should be everything that he stands on. That's what I live by. So I don't have anything for you to come back and be like, nah, he lied about that or he fabricated that, because I stand on my integrity. So I would assume that if I was in those positions, I would still stand on my integrity. I want people to respect me for who I am, not for what I want them to think I am. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that it's like kind of when you start to reach these new heights that you could lose yourself in the process, like just kind of like start feeling yourself too much?
I see that with, I guess, certain people that I've watched in the game, and some people are successful with that. It actually works for them. And then some people, it only lasts for a certain amount of time, very short period of time, and then boom, again, karma comes back and hits you with reality that, yo, because you're not really that person. You don't really have that drive to be who you said you were. Some people, they use whatever they got to use to get to wherever they got to get, and they keep doing it until they get to where they want to be. So hey, to each his own. Whatever works for you, man. You know, but that's just not how I move, and I don't like that. I don't like that kind of movements by people. Like, because again, so at some point somebody's gonna check you,
Right.
and when they do, then it's on you to figure out how you gonna fix that.